What if I told you that buried beneath ancient texts, forgotten geology, and declassified military archives lies a truth so vast, so devastating, it's been disguised as myth for thousands of years? This isn't fiction, it's not prophecy, it's history, and it's happening again. Today, we begin a journey into the abyss of memory and science, a journey through Cataclysm. We start with Chan Thomas, an electrical engineer turned pioneer of a forbidden science, cataclysmology. Since 1949, he dedicated his life to decoding the true cause of Earth's greatest disasters. Thomas believed he had solved the riddle that haunted Georges Cuvier back in 1812. The mystery of sudden, global revolutions. Events so violent, they erased civilizations in a single day. His findings, assembled from geology, ancient texts, archaeology, and even paleolinguistics, paint a terrifying picture that every 10 to 12,000 years, the Earth turns on itself. Thomas believed that the planet's outer shell, its crust, can shift thousands of miles in just hours, triggering earthquakes, volcanic eruptions, floods, and extinction. And then he went further, into sacred territory. He claimed the biblical story of Adam and Eve was not allegory, but memory, a fragmented record of a world-ending event that happened 11,500 years ago, one that predates Noah's flood by thousands of years. In this radical reinterpretation, Adam and Eve lived on a mother continent surrounded by water, a land that thrived until Eve foresaw its doom. The tree of life, a symbol of that ancient continent. The serpent, the ocean that encircled it. Cherubim, the foundations of that land being torn away. The flaming sword, not divine punishment, but the molten fury of Earth's mantle breaking through. Fire and quake, birthing mankind's first memory of hell. And the rib, in the original Naga glyphs, sleep and death are one. The curve of a rib was not a bone, but a symbol of lineage. Eve wasn't pulled from Adam's body. She was born of a mother long dead, possibly Lilith. According to Thomas, Adam and Eve were not the first humans, but survivors of the last reset. When their land sank, engulfed by fire and sea, they escaped. The rest did not. This sounds insane until you look at the evidence. The Grand Canyon, Monument Valley, Painted Desert, Badlands, entire layers of Earth laid down all at once by violent floods, supersonic deluges that scorched the stone, sedimentary layers fused by unimaginable heat. So what engine drives these planetary resets? Thomas believed the answer lies beneath our feet, a molten layer just 60 to 120 miles down acts as a lubricant, and under specific cosmic conditions, like passing through a galactic magnetic null zone, this layer becomes unstable. Antarctica and Greenland's massive ice caps, off-axis from Earth's spin, create torque. Under normal conditions, gravity holds the crust steady, but when the magnetic field collapses, the shell slips. Mountains fall, oceans rise, continents drown, and it happens in a fraction of a day. This is what causes the ice ages, not slow ice creep, but the violent repositioning of the poles, tropical lands hurled into Arctic death. How do we know? Because we found mammoths frozen in an instant, with tropical plants in their stomachs, eyes wide, lungs full of water, as if something hit them fast and cold. This is not just science, it's warning. Because, Thomas claimed, we're entering that cycle again, and there are signs. The Earth's magnetic field is decaying fast, faster than anyone expected. And when the field weakens, human behavior changes. Thomas documented this with chilling detail. Mice, exposed to low magnetic fields, turned cannibal. They raped, they killed, even with plenty of food and space. Now look around. He predicted by the 1990s, crime would spike to levels law enforcement couldn't handle. Governments would erode, fraud would explode, trust would vanish. Sound familiar? He warned that a declining magnetic field wouldn't just affect Earth's mechanics, it would unravel the human psyche. And in the final days before the shift, chaos would rule. His advice: prepare. Move to the eastern side of a mountain. Gather food, water, tools, protection. Because when the shift comes, those unprepared will turn on those who are. And then there's the military. Ken White, in World in Peril, revealed the secret work of the 46th and 72nd Reconnaissance Squadrons. Elite Arctic units originally deployed to monitor Soviet activity, but they discovered something far more disturbing. By 1947, data showed that Earth's magnetic north had moved 165 miles since 1831. Not one, but 3 magnetic poles were detected. And that meant a flip was coming. A magnetic pole doesn't just drift. It spirals, accelerates, flips, and drags the Earth's crust with it. Government scientists knew and kept it quiet. They estimated the next flip could happen as early as 17 years from then. It didn't. But the window is open. The implications are enormous. Imagine an entire continent shifting toward the equator. Glaciers melting, oceans rising 200 feet, cities erased overnight. This isn't a doomsday fantasy. It's geological history on a loop. The aftermath? A reset. Nature reclaims the earth. Pollution ends. Forests regrow. Civilization starts over. Some legends even whisper of ships descending from the sky, moments before impact, rescuing the chosen few. Aliens, angels, or ancestors? We don't know. But Thomas believed this: mankind has survived this before, and we will again. Because unlike other species, we are not bound by instinct. We are bound by memory and choice. So the question is, when the sky turns red, and the compass spins, and the sea begins to boil, where will you be? Let the past be a warning. Let the present be preparation. Let the future be survival. Thank you.